Hey, David Griffin here again. I'm talking to you about unresisted handcuffing. This term is not currently defined in SOP, but unresisted handcuffing can be defined as the application of handcuffs on an individual whom an officer is effecting a lawful detention or arrest where the subject is cooperative and compliant with the officer's verbal directions. Unresisted or compliant handcuffing does not require the use of force to accomplish.
Good morning, sir. I'm Officer Stone with the Albuquerque Police Department. We got a disturbance call from this apartment. May I come in and speak to you about it?
Yes, certainly.
Sir, we received a noise complaint from your neighbor. She stated it's an ongoing problem.
That lady again, man.
Do you have your driver's license with you by any chance?
I do. One second.
Thank you, sir. 763 PD.
763, go ahead.
I need a 2912 on one, please. Last name is Smith. First name is John. DOB of 12/21/1977. Social of 585-63-9472.
763.
Go ahead.
10-4, your subject, John Smith, is coming back with a 29. 12 is suspended.
10-4, thank you. Sir, it appears as if you have a warrant. Will you do me a favor and turn around for me, please?
The first technique is the New Mexico Law Enforcement Academy method that they placed in the lesson plan that cadets received during basic training. Due to the warrant, Officer Stone is now going to get the subject into a position of disadvantage and will be judging compliance this whole time while remaining in control of the situation.
Sure. Go ahead and spread your feet, point your toes outward, and bend forward at the waist. Place your hands behind your back, palms facing outward.
Then Officer Stone will grab the thumb and palm portion of the hand closest to him, handcuff that
Bring your
arm
other
pinky
hand
side to
towards me.
pinky side, and then use the control of that hand to give commands and handcuff the other hand. Now we will show you the other method that cadets receive during basic training that we add to the New Mexico law enforcement curriculum.
Sir, it appears as if you have a warrant. Would you do me a favor and turn around for me, please?
Yes.
Go ahead and spread your feet.
Officer Stone will get the
Point your
subject
toes outward.
into the same position of disadvantage,
forward slightly
with
at the
the
waist.
only difference
Turn your head to
being
the
the
left.
hands getting
Bring
placed
your hands
into the
behind your back,
small of the back,
backs of your hands
with
together.
the back of the palms
Interlace
touching
your
and
fingers.
fingers interlaced. Then Officer Stone will grab a portion of the fingers to lock those hands in place. Handcuff the arm that is closest to him first, and then handcuff the other arm. After handcuffing the subject, you must properly space and double lock the handcuffs. Then search the subject, starting with the immediate area by the hands. After that, you will section off the body, doing a good, confident search of each section, front and back. Now, when you are ready to escort the subject, look how Officer Stone crosses over to gain control of the arm and hand he wants to control during the escort.
Sir, now we are
He
going
never
to walk down
loses
to my car.
control of the subject and places the subject on the side he wants. The escort technique used here is the one that offers you the most control. Officer Stone has a wrist lock on one hand, then grabs the same side elbow. Sometimes while escorting a subject, they may become resistive or combative. And in APD Procedural Order 2-52-4-F as in Frank -4, it states, A use of force against a handcuffed individual, when required, must be objectively reasonable and may only be allowed under the following circumstances: to prevent imminent bodily harm to the officer or another person or persons, to overcome active resistance, to employ physical removal when necessary to overcome passive resistance. And in APD Procedural Order 2-55-2-Z as in zebra -8 classifies any strike, blow, kick, ECW application, or similar use of force against a handcuffed subject by an APD officer as a serious use of force. The following examples you will see here are two techniques you may use that are a use of force but do not escalate to a serious use of force even if the subject is placed on the ground for compliance.
I want to go to jail. I want to go to jail.
Stop resisting.
The first technique uses the original escort position where you will apply pressure to the wrist lock for pain compliance. Always remember to release the pressure once the subject starts to comply.
Okay. No, I don't want to go to jail.
Stop resisting.
Okay.
Stop.
The second technique uses the cheek plates where you will grab the cheek plates of the handcuffs and twist them forward, forcing the subject to their knees, or backwards, forcing the subject back, leaning on you, or you can sit them down on the ground. And to reiterate, the two techniques are not a serious use of force, but they are a reportable use of force, so notify your supervisor following any use of force incident. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact the Advanced Training Unit at 343-5000.